chia. Okay. Good evening, dear Thay, dear Sangha. Today is 23rd of March 2026. We are in the Joyful Garden Sangha for our class of Sutra on the Four Establishment of Mindfulness, or we call it Satipatthana, and based on the books by our teachers called Transformation and Healing. If you have not have this book, go ahead to buy one. And it's very a good book. I think that after my sharing or presentation, when you read the book, you have a clear guidance and where you are, in which domain you are, and then how to practically apply the advice, the instructions in the sutra. Because when we learn the sutra, not only to get the information, but really we want to apply. Yeah. So when you read a sutra, if not very, I'm not saying all sutra is good, No, I have to. All sutra is good, but I cannot make sure that it will support your practice, because there's a sutra. Advice from the Buddha is for a certain person, but maybe still will receive a certain benefit. But because the sutra are so many, so maybe we have to just give a priority to the one that really can support you to practice, or else you only get caught in the accumulating knowledge only, and we don't support you to acquire more knowledge. But if you still want to do that, go ahead. We are very liberal, no? Liberal in the sense that I don't want to listen to you, brother. I want to do whatever I want. Go ahead. No problem in a sense. And so we talk about the mindfulness of body, feelings, mind, and object of mind. That's why it's called a four establishment. So these four base, these four foundations, sometimes they call it the four foundation of mindfulness. This is the four foundation that can help us to give rise to mindfulness. That's why I call it a foundation, or very basic. It's the place where it can help us to be mindful. So the body can help you to be mindful. Yeah. Whatever happened to your body. Yeah. Do you remember that last class we have 9 steps or 9 subjects to contemplate on our body? So it's actually quite a lot, And then we also have feelings. Most of the time nowadays, a lot of people get carried away or sink. Usually we say sink in the water, but you sink into your feelings, and then you don't know what to do with your feelings. And also a lot of young people right now also, they don't know what to do with their feelings, and at the end they try to cover up the feelings by consumptions, watching, listening music, buying things, and maybe smoking or drink wine, or many, because they cannot bear, they don't know how to handle the emotion, their feelings, especially the painful feelings. Yeah. Because when we have a painful feeling, then the first reaction is we want to push that feeling out very quickly. We cannot bear it. Yeah. And that gives rise to hatred. There's a hatred that we want to cut and to push away that painful feelings. But in the practice of mindfulness, we recognize, we accept, and then we embrace, and then that painful feeling transforms into a very good fertilizer to nourish the mud, to nourish the lotus. Yeah. And then the mind and the object of mind also. So last class we talked about mindfulness of our body, nian sen, And then today maybe we can cover 2, the mindfulness of feelings and mindfulness of the mind. Let's see how far we can go. But I hope to cover number 2 and number 3. And then on Thursday will be our last class. We cover the number 4. So on the books is mentioned very clearly is 20 exercises based on our teacher's interpretation. So he divided into. I have not seen other teachers who give an explanation of Satipatthana, the 4 foundation of mindfulness, establishment of mindfulness in this way. So it's quite interesting to see how Thay look at the sutra and then how he's kind of like try to cut them into pieces and then help us to see which part in which part. But it's still in the 4 domain, 4 foundation. Yeah, we have went through the body. I hope you still remember the body. We have exercise number 1 until 9. Yeah, even it's quite a lot. But if you read once again, and then you will see which part that you need the most. And then if you read again and again, and then you will be able to navigate and use it wisely. Yeah. Like number 1 is very clear about conscious breathing. Number 2, following our breathings, become slow and long and deep. And then number 3, exercise number 3 is the oneness of body and mind. Or sometimes our teachers say mindfulness is the oneness of body and mind. When the body and mind together, you are in the present moment. Yeah. And then when the body and mind together, we have to embrace or calm it. Yeah, sometimes we just use the words inside our heart, say, I calm my body, I calm my mind, it's also possible. So when you say in your head, in your heart, you say, I calm my body, actually your whole body actually can listen. Even you don't say a word, but your whole system of your body listen to your echo. Because you say internally, right? And then just now we have a guided sitting, when the brother say, I following my in-breath all the way through, you listen. So it's enter your ears, ear consciousness, connect to your store consciousness, and then it's kind of like a vibrating whole body using. They say our ear can learn the most, even though there's a theory in the education say a visual learner or audio learner or combined visual or audio visual learner and the kinesthetic is somehow also partially correct. But frankly speaking, our ears receive the most. That is why also in the Buddha's time, there's a lot of students of the Buddha, they attain a very high achievement by hearing. That's why we call it the hearer. Don't know whether you heard the term called a Sravaka. Sravaka Buddha. Sravaka means hearer. Buddha is mean you hear until you achieve a Buddha. So I hope you also can hear and hear and hear. But please make sure you hear correctly and properly and mindfully. But nowadays people feel like it's difficult to hear because everywhere they go they are always using earphone or earplug, right? Earplug or earphone. They don't want to hear anything outside. They just want to enjoy themselves in their world with their favorite music, right? Or I don't know what kind of music they hear, because maybe the sound from outside is very unbearable. That's why they always want to put something in their ear. Even nowadays, also not only ears but also their eyes. This morning I ran through the Kallang River and there's a few people with the glasses covering the eyes, with the machine flying around, maybe enjoying the, what do you call it, drone. Yeah, enjoying the scenery, Want to experience also, no? Yeah. And then exercise number 5, position of our body. So sometimes you just breathing in, I know I'm sitting right now. Like right now, breathing in, right now I'm sitting. Breathing out, I feel at ease. Yeah, you can use this kind of sentence wherever you are, in the bus, or on the MRT, or on the flight. So there are few breathing exercise that you can memorize it, or you can creatively create your own that help you to exercise the certain numbers of this exercise. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 is very easy to remember. Yeah, 5 actually also position of your body. You are standing, you are sitting. The 4, 4 position. Sing is a walking. 2 is standing. 2 is a sitting, and then 卧 is lying down. 行住坐卧. Yeah, so it's walking, standing, sitting, and then lying down. Yeah. And then bodily actions. Bodily action, like you are walking in front, to the left, to the right, you bend your body, you take something, you use your hand, you stretch or something. It's a bodily action. So it's correct. In Plum Village, we also encourage people to be mindful of the bodily actions. So Plum Village is not making up the practice, but we translate the practice over here into something that we can really apply. That is why Plum Village, we call it engaged Buddhism, or sometimes Thay change into applied Buddhism. The Buddhism that we can be applied, not only inside your head. Yeah. And then parts of our body, our leg, our thigh, our breast, our stomach, our hand, fingers, skin, and everything. Parts of our body is meant from outside until inside, including our lung, intestine, our heart, everything inside. From outside into inside, outside and then inside. Body and the universe is mean like we have 4 elements: the earth element, the water element, the fire element, and the gas element, right? At least these 4 elements in our body. It means like we try to recognize them and see what happens. If you drink too much water, and then you will go to toilet all the time. Or in your diarrhea, is caused by a certain virus, then it will make your body produce a lot of water, and then you also need to go to toilet all the time. Or if you smell something very delicious, and then your saliva also will automatically produce. So when you say breathing in, I know this food, you pass by a hawker or something, breathing in, I know this aroma is very nice. Breathing out, I know I'm salivating. Yeah, good food, salivating. This is what we call recognize the water elements that is happening at that moment. For example, just now we have a subject of anger. So in anger, there's a certain part of our body also change. Like maybe our heartbeat become very quick, or we will sweat on our hands, or maybe our face become very red, or our face becomes so ugly. The only time that you are very ugly is when you're angry. Yeah. So if you want to be beautiful, transform the anger. Yeah. And then exercise number 9 is the body as an impermanence. Is the 9. Have I sent you the slide? Or have you checked the slide? Have you read the 9 contemplation or decomposition of our body? Yeah. Okay, good luck. Okay, today maybe we would like to talk about the mindfulness of feelings. Yeah? So exercise number 10 is the healing with joy. Exercise 11, identifying feelings. Exercise 12 is seeing the root of feelings and identifying neutral feelings. So I included in the guided sitting at the very beginning about a neutral feeling. So maybe neutral feeling can help. Yeah, because we don't want to be attached, we don't want to be hate. If we hate and then we will push away, When we attach, and then we want to let the certain feeling stay forever, and it's not possible. Yeah. So sometimes neutral feeling might be helpful a little bit. Exercise number 10, I think healing with joy is also included the happiness. Yeah. So the joy and the happiness, do you still remember in the Anapanasati, which number? Number 5 and number 6. Yeah. But this one is already exercise number 10. Yeah. So Satipatthana is somehow like extended versions of Anapanasati, the mindful breathing. And then probably we will discuss a little bit about minds, observing the minds, number 13, number 14, observing anger. That's why I put the subject of anger, because everybody always have a problem with this anger. If you don't have a problem with the angers, you are very, very lucky. Yeah. And then number 15 is a love meditation or metta meditation. I also already put the example. So at the end the slide, you can take a look. This is, okay, let's go to the exercise, because we already covered 1 to 9, the body. Yeah, the body. And now we want to cover the 10, 11 and 12 related to feelings. So let me quote this one, exercise number 10. I just read it for you. Huh? Further, because I quote this one from the sutra. Further, because a practitioner is aware body as body. So we feel like there's a body, and then maybe we have a second body. You using our imagination to imagine or to visualize another body. Even though it feel like 2 bodies, actually they are one. Your mind that make it double. So is the real one is 1 or 2? Now you answer by yourself. Huh? When, thanks to having put aside the 5 desires, okay, we will talk about what is 5 desires, okay? A feeling of bliss arises during his concentration and saturates every part of his body. So we will talk about 5 desires. I think in the mindful breathing, I also already shared about 5 desires. Do you still remember? Okay, I'll tell you later. Further, because a practitioner who is aware of body as body, feel the joy which arises during the concentration saturate every part of his body. It's like you feel the joy that over the cells, the muscle, every whole body. Yeah, every part of his body means all part of your body, your whole body. There is no part of his body this feeling of joy born during the concentration does not reach. It means like the all joy appear. But we cannot let the joy take place too long, because there's an excitement in the joy. Yeah. So even we feel joy, but overjoy, I think it will become a new problem. That's why we have to invite the happiness. Further, because a practitioner who is aware of body as body experiences a feeling of happiness which arises with the disappearance of the feeling of joy. Yeah. So it means that we replace the feeling of joy with the happiness, and permeates his whole body. This feeling of happiness which arises with the disappearance of feeling of joy reaches every part of his body. So maybe it's actually, even though we are talking about feelings, actually we also have to include our minds to work on this. Your mind have to play a part, even though we are talking about feelings, right? Feeling also a part of our mental formations. Yeah. So the mind actually also play a part. But when the Buddha say feeling, it means we want to concentrate on the subject of comfortable, uncomfortable, neutral and mixed feeling. So the focus is over here, even though the mind also play along, you know. Our mind play along with together with these feelings. The way how we look at the mental formation in the context of comfortable, uncomfortable, neutral and mixed one. Yeah. So the joy is like something you give rise, there's an excitement or after like for me, after at 6 p.m. I will have a dinner. So when I think about the dinner, I already have joy. Wow, today might be a good food again, once again. Because somehow here is a little bit dangerous, because too much good food. The kilogram maybe go up a few times. Yeah. So when I think about the good food, I already feel joy. And that one is the joy. But if I keep thinking, the joy is overflow. Like overjoy. And then it will make me feel uncomfortable. Yeah. But I have to wait until the people knock on the door. Brother, let's eat dinner. Wow, that one, the joy starting to convert itself into a happiness. Yeah, we sit down, we scoop the rice and put into our mouth. Before we do a contemplation, and then scoop the rice and put into our mouth. We chew 10 times. Wow, that one is the moving from the joy to happiness. Yeah. But if the person who prepared the food after 1 hour, then I have to deal with my overjoy, over-flooded joy. Yeah. So joy, that's why they say we are easily drawn in the joy. Yeah. So be careful also. Further, bhikkhus, the last one. Further, bhikkhus, a practitioner who is aware of body as body, envelops the whole of his body with a clear, calm mind, filled with understanding. You see, now already, even though we are talking about the feelings, but now it's slowly moved to mind. Mind, that's why I say the mind actually play along. When we aware of our body, actually the mind also already there. When we say the feeling, the mind also there. And then when we talk about the mind of the mind of the mind is also the mind. Quite confusing. Sounds like this mind is universal, like omnipresent, everywhere. So let's see the 5 desires. You can look at the picture. Quite nice. I created with the ChatGPT. So when we talk about desires, we have to always be aware of these 5 desires. It will become an obstacle for you. So you take it regularly, then you will liberate yourself from these 5 desires. And then the desire that arise from the contact, touch, contact. Contact is mean your 5 senses. 5 sense organs with their respective objects. Yeah, the eyes, you can see the form, right? Ear, you hear the sound. Nose, smell. Tongue, taste. Body, touch, right? So we can count, it's become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, it's supposed to be 12. The 12, the another one supposed to be mind and the object of mind. Yeah, mind and the object of mind. That is why our teacher used the object of mind. Yeah, for the last foundation, the 4th foundation of mindfulness. So, using your eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and body, then come down to the second one. The second one, when your eyes look at something, or people have a lot of money or wealth, so you want to, or you hear. Because I don't know why everybody want money. No money cannot also, right? Yeah. So we still need money, except monks. Wait. No, monk also need money. But we don't put this money as our priority in our life. Yeah. At least we have something to eat, a place to stay, robes to wear, we don't really crave for money. Even we bankrupt with no money, we also can be happy. But for you, I don't know, huh? Because as a monk, we observe a precept called poverty. Poverty means living simply. Even without a lot of money in our bank account, we will still be happy. But we have money in our Sangha bank account. But it's for everybody to use. It means like for our daily necessities, food, health care, or something. So it's organized in the community-wise, not as a personal one. Yeah. Sex, yeah. Sex is like sensual desire. Yeah. And then fame. Be careful, if sometimes when we post something on the social media, we think we want to be famous, We want everybody to know what we are doing. We want people to pay attention to us. Lack of attention, maybe a lot of people around. Or we call it as a kind of new disorder. They call it ADHD, right? Attention deficit hyperactive. Wow, this hyperactive is a lot of you witness by yourself already. Hyperactive, ADHD, disorder. They don't call it a sickness, they call it disorder. Very polite, huh? Because sometimes people using a certain term, they refuse to accept. But of course, we have to use a term that people can accept, or else they reject you immediately. Okay, that's why actually a monk or a nun as a monastic, we don't really need a social media. We don't need to become famous. Yeah. And our teacher always say, if you are starting to become famous, you better find a place to hide yourself, or else people will keep send you WhatsApp, send you invitation, make a call. Yeah, the insurance agency, the investment company. Hello, please invest or buy this thing, property or something. They are targeting you, right? Probably they know you're famous and you have a lot of money. So we don't really go after this fame. That's why every time people, brother, please share your Instagram account. I don't have. Yeah. And actually, I really don't. Long time ago, I have. But too many comments, People love to comment on my Instagram. Yeah. So, I think 10 years ago, I guess, I deleted. People still comment. Comment in the sense like they're upset. It's me, it's up to you. If you still want to keep your social media, it's up to you. Yeah, I just can say that please use it wisely and mindfully. But for us as a monks, as a nun, I personally think I don't really need it. And then I don't want to, there's a lot of private thing you don't want to show to the world, But nowadays people, I don't know why they want to show to the world. I'm eating pizza right now. I'm visit a place, you take a picture with a Wi-Fi, selfie or things. You want to make an announcement to the whole world to know. And then you're waiting for how many people press that button, that love button or like button. And then you're always seeking for approval. See how many people, this picture is 150 people likes. So actually I think many people like this kind of picture. So you post again the same picture. And then you post a very similar picture but you only get 20 people likes, and then you start to become, unsatisfied or 失望, become disappointed. Yeah. So a lot of disturbance come to you just by a picture, how many people press that button. And then even there are crazy company, they provide service. Yeah, you can pay them, and then they will press a lot of love on your certain. But that one is usually people use for commercial or something. Crazy, huh? Just to make other people believe that you have a lot of engagement in your social media, because quite a lot of people selling on the social media. Okay lah, up to them. And then you also fall into desires called good food. You always enjoy good food. If you eat something not good, and then you will keep complaining. Yeah. So from maybe few thousand years ago until now, people still enjoy good food. But there's nothing really wrong to enjoy good food. But can you also enjoy the not very good food and that bad food? Oh, cannot say bad food. Huh? Not tasty, not delicious food. But quite a lot of not delicious food are very healthy. Like if you just boil a vegetables, very plain. Maybe nobody want to eat it because it's so plain. But actually, that vegetables without a lot of ingredient inside actually is very, very healthy. So healthy food nobody want to eat, and also one side is quite expensive right now. Even Singapore government, you have to put the ABC, right? ABC, but what is the reason? A mean no sugar or less sugar or something? No. Healthy. Also, A is healthy. B, less healthy. C, not very healthy. D, very unhealthy. Wow. So if you want to buy something and then you see that it's a D, then nobody want to buy. And then the company will go bankrupt then, slowly. Because the government say, oh, this is not healthy, But of course, this is a policy, the policy of a government. And then, okay, I don't know how it impact the consumers. But you see, in Indonesia, I'm sorry, but this is the fact. I'm just telling the truth. Like a lot of people like to smoke. And then there's one day the government make a new rules that put a picture of like a very scary one on the cigarette. So if you want to buy a cigarette, you will see that lung rotten or something, So disgusting. Why? To discourage people to buy the cigarette and discourage people to smoke. But I'm not very sure whether that works or not, because still a lot of people, but they just buy it. I don't care with the picture there. They just want to smoke, And the most disheartening thing was even the younger generation, they start to smoke. I'm not saying good or bad, but according to me, if you smoke, you suck all this nicotine and then this thing to inside, and then become you poison yourself. Yeah. According to me, I have to disclaimer. According to me, according to what I believe. But anyway, if you want to continue to smoke, it's up to you. You take responsible of your healthcare, or else they will say, "Hey, this monk is so busybody. I want to smoke. Up to me. Okay, go ahead, And then the last one is called sleep. Yeah, sleep is mean lazy. You want to sleep a lot. Nowadays, people also look at this little piglet. Very cute. Yeah. Nowadays, a lot of people thinking that you just go to sleep and then your money keep growing. Wow, that's wonderful. Everybody dream like that. It means like you're being lazy. Yeah. Being lazy. Okay, let's go. The next exercise, exercise number 10, healing with joy. So this is the example. I just quote the example. I'm breathing in and making my whole body calm and at peace. I'm breathing out and making my whole body calm and at peace. Yeah, so this is the fourth exercise of mindful breathing. And then I'm breathing in and feeling joyful. Oh, this is number fifth. I'm breathing out and feeling joyful. Yeah, I put a little notes there. This is the fifth exercise of the Anapanasati. I'm breathing in and feeling happy. I'm breathing out and feeling happy. This is the sixth exercise of Anapanasati. So actually, if you're feeling joy and happy, I think you can make a connection to your body, because before you observe your body, right? So you make a connection, the feeling with your body. Yeah. And then the last one, I'm breathing in and making my mind happy and at peace. I'm breathing out and making my mind happy and at peace. This is a 10 exercise. So I try to compare the Anapanasati and the Satipatthana. So nothing really wrong or right, because it's just a different place it appear. And then don't stuck with the number. It can be maybe number 4 and then over here number 6, Even our teacher tried to renumber. Because in the traditional one, the other master, they try to put the short breath and long breath into a number 1 and number 2. But our teacher put number 1 as a breathing in and breathing out. And then the short and the long he combined, and then he followed the Chinese translation, that following. The short and the long he changed into following. But the short and long you still can use. I think maybe it's just I don't know really the reason, but I also feel like the following of our in-breath all the way through our in-breath and following all the way through of our out-breath can help us to kind of feel how long and how short our breath. Yeah. But if you still feel that the long and the short beneficial, you can use that. Don't worry. Yeah. Exercise number 11, identifying feelings. Whenever the practitioner has a pleasant feelings, he is aware. I am experiencing a pleasant feelings. So you can do that. If you have enough power of mindfulness, when you have a pleasant feeling, you have to call it. This is what our teachers say, call it by its true name, or mere recognition. We recognize. Because sometimes, a lot of time, we have a strong seed of denial. We don't want to acknowledge that we have a pleasant or unpleasant feelings. So this is called recognize the feeling as it is. Whenever he has a painful feeling, just now is the pleasant feeling, this one called painful feeling. He is aware I'm experiencing a painful feeling. Whenever he experiences a feeling which is neither pleasant nor painful, he is aware I'm experiencing a neutral feeling. Yeah. So maybe from time to time, if you think that you have a neutral feeling, you can say to yourself, breathing in, I'm experiencing a neutral feeling. Breathing out, I smile. Yeah. And then you can repeat for maybe few times, neutral feelings, smiling, can do that. So it means like we are in the present moment, we are recognizing. Now we don't have overwhelming feelings, overwhelming emotion, but it's kind of neutral or flat. Yeah. But of course, because this is according to the original sutra, but our teacher put another one called a mixed feeling, so you also can do the same. I'm experiencing a mixed feeling right now. Yeah. And then breathing out, I smile to my mixed feeling. Mixed feeling, maybe you can feel that a painful also there, a pleasant also there. Not sure about the neutral. Maybe neutral also somehow like they are interchanged, they are mixing together. That's why it's called mixed feelings. I like to use the mixed feeling a lot. Because sometimes I don't really know that what is the clear feeling and which one is the stronger one. But I feel like there's this one a little bit here, this one a little bit there. So I cannot really identify them. So I will say, breathing in, I think this is a mixed feeling. It means you put it together, then it's become mixed. And then sometimes I want to make myself more confident and more clear. I say mix. Mix means like you put here and put there, and then it's become mix. Yeah. So this is called identifying our feelings. Identifying our feeling is very important. Yeah. If you don't know how to identify your feelings, and then you cannot do anything. Yeah. This is the next one. This is also seeing the roots of feelings and identifying neutral feelings. So this is especially give special remarks on the neutral feelings. But this a few example is related to the feeling based in the body. It means like your body that cause that feelings. But your body not only can cause a pleasant feeling, but your body also can cause a painful feeling, neutral feeling, and mixed feeling. Right? That's why he say when he experiences a pleasant or sukha, okay, le soul, feeling based in the body, he is aware I'm experiencing a pleasant feeling based in the body. So you can make a connection directly that actually my body that caused this pleasant feeling because I sit on a very comfortable chair. So you can say to yourself at that moment, but don't worry, that pleasant feeling will not last long. After you sit for 1 hour or 2 hours, your butt feel like so tired, so you also feel like you want to stand up, right? After standing up for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, then you feel tired. Yeah. Or during your standing up and then you feel, breathing in, I know I'm standing, breathing out, I feel a pleasant feeling, right? But please stand up for 1 hour and then you feel tired again, right? So sitting can be pleasant, can be painful. Standing also can be both, right? And there's also, actually, when your body feel pleasant, actually it also have the minds there. When he experiences pleasant feeling based in the mind. So sometimes your body feel very painful, but your mind can be pleasant. That is why we always say that painful in our body, physically painful, is unavoidable. It means like, yeah, it's very real, it's very painful. But your mind want to be painful or not, it depends you have a power of mindfulness to choose or not. If you have that mindfulness power, you can choose. So using the energy of mindfulness, you can choose. But if you don't have enough energy of mindfulness, your habit will choose for you. And when your habit want to choose for you, your habit is something that you always repeat again and again. He will choose. So the body pain and then the mind also painful. Both of them escalate. Yeah, become sometimes we call it exaggerating. We are very good at exaggerating, make it very big. But to make it very small, we don't have that capacity. We have actually, but our power is so small, being pushed by our habit. Now, number third, when he experiences a painful feeling or dukkha based in the body, he is aware I'm experiencing a painful feeling based in the body. But when you can identify the painful feeling already, actually the painful feelings start to reduce already at the same time. So recognizing itself is already on the path of a transformation. So that one is the painful feeling based in the body, and then the next one is a painful feeling based in the mind. You see, so it can be a lot of combination. I think Buddha gave us a story of a person shoot an arrow and stuck over here, and then you got a physical pain, right? Body pain. And then, of course, when the arrow shoot over here, we have a painful physically feel painful. And then if we exaggerate the painful feeling with our mind, and then the Buddha said, you are like same person with the second arrow that shoot at the same place, and then the pain will be like a 10 or 100 times even more severe. So your mind actually can make things so worse if you don't have mindfulness. When you have mindfulness, you say, okay, it's only the pain in my body, and this is very real. I don't need to exaggerate using my mind. Okay, that one's very clear. So, and then the next one is the neutral. Yeah, adukam, asukha. It means like not painful and also not pleasant. Yeah, that's why they use the term neutral. Based in the body, or neutral feelings based in the mind. So we can observe this one. So the feeling is mainly about the 4 feelings. You have to practice to call it by its true name. Okay, this is just a playful numbers. Yeah. They say we have 2 kinds of feeling. We have a physical feeling and mental feeling. Okay, remember 2, And then we have 3 kinds of feelings: pleasant, painful, and neutral. But according to Plum Village, we put one more. But now let's use the traditional version. 3 feelings: pleasant, painful, and neutral. Okay. And we have 5 kinds: physical, pleasant. We just put together the 2 kinds of feeling and the 3 kinds of feelings. So it's become a 5 kinds of feeling. It's a physical pleasant, physical painful, mental pleasant, mental painful, and equanimity, equanimous. Okay, make sense? The first one and the second one, we just combine them. And then 6 kind. Why it says 6 kind? Because 1 for each sense of faculty. Yeah, your ear, your eye, your ear, your nose, your tongue, body, and mind. And then it's become 18. Yeah, become 18. The eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and mind, you, how do you call it now? Cross together with the pleasant, painful, multiply with the pleasant, painful, and neutral. Correct? 6 multiplied by 3 is become 18. This is also, when you read the Heart Sutra, you will say maybe you can say the 18 realms. But I think not very correct, because that 18, later I will give you another number of 18 feelings. And then they say can be 36 kinds. It means the 18 kinds of feeling, the 18s, times 2. A householder and the renunciate. Okay, 18 householder, 18 renunciate. It means the monastic and the lay practitioner. It's just playing with the number, just for fun, And then we're going to reach until 108. This is a very special number of Buddhism because we want to reach this number. Yeah. So they say 36. The previous one is 36, right? Yeah. 36 for the past, 36 for the present, and 36 for the future. It means 36 times 3 become 108. So next time if somebody asks you why this Buddhists use this mala, this thing, 108, I think probably from here. Yeah. But if we use a Thai version, Thai put another mixed feeling, I think the number become changed already. We have to use the mala with the new number. You can count if you want. If you put this, the second line, the 3 kinds of feeling: pleasant, painful, neutral, and mixed feeling. Okay, this is just for fun. Don't take it too serious, because people love to make this number. There's one of my friends also very love to use this number. He said, "Oh, brother, please let me know the date of your birthday, your months, and then the year, and then just calculate, and then give out a number. Okay, this number, you are this number. This number, this. Okay. This is, do you believe it? Don't believe, huh? But why you believe you have 12 Chinese zodiac? Do you believe? For example, this year is the horse. Wow, the horse year like this. And then a horse year you got Thay Sui. I don't know how English to say Thay Sui. I don't know. It's a Chiong is what? It means like this year you have a lot of unlucky. Yeah. I don't know. Don't ask me. I just heard about that. Okay, let's see whether we can just go. Okay, I have 10 minutes. The exercise number 13, observing the desiring mind, observing anger. Okay, that's why I put the anger there. And love meditation, this is pretty straight. The 13th exercise, when his mind is desiring, the practitioner is aware, my mind is desiring. So this desiring, you replace with that one, the 5 desires, right? When his mind is not desiring, he is aware, my mind is not desiring. Yeah. And then follow hating, not hating, state of ignorance. Yeah. Hating, desiring means you want to take it attached, to make it your mind. Hating, you want to push it away. You want to chase away. Chase your mind, your unbearable emotions. State of ignorance, I think, is the neutral feeling, or maybe the mixed feeling. Tense or not tense in the body, distracted or not distracted. I think this one also very good, because nowadays people like to distract themselves with a lot of music, video, and a lot of things. Wider scope, narrow scope, and everything. Yeah. Desire means not to be caught in the unwholesome longing. Okay, I put it there. Longing for what? For form, sound, smell, taste, and touch are the object of the 5 kinds of sense desire, which are desire for money or wealth. But I'm not saying that you should not chase after money, but I think sometimes it can cause you a lot of suffering. But not to letting go all the money, but maybe I should say you still look for money, but with a different perspective, a different way, that you don't really get caught into the money. Of course we need money, everything you need money. You go out already need money. You take the bus or call a taxi, or you go to an MRT station, you already need the money. But breathing in, breathing out, still no need money, right? If the government say, okay, you're breathing in 1 cent, breathing out 1 cent, then you will stop the breathing for a few days. Do you know how many breathing in and out in a day? No, huh? Go ahead, tomorrow you count. Huh? Okay, money, sex, sensual desire, fame, good food, and sleep. Of course, we have to sleep, but if you sleep too many sleep, and then you become lazy. Okay, and this is very clear. The next exercise, number 14, observing anger. So I will send you maybe I will send you the script. It will be very good for you to practice. Even in the Sangha can practice from time to time, and then personally also you can practice it. When anger is present in him, he is aware anger is present in me. When anger is not present in him, he is aware anger is not present in me. When anger begins to arise, this is a little bit difficult. Yeah. It means that you have enough energy of mindfulness, even you can catch this anger. Anger, coming. Yeah. Breathing in, breathing out, and then the anger slowly, okay. Stop. Yeah. But we are not, what do you call it? Suppress it. But we mix it with the energy of breathing. Yeah. When already arisen anger is abandoned, he is aware of it. When anger already abandoned will not arise again in the future, he is aware of it. Okay, this is just an example. Breathing in, I know that anger is still in me. This is very good for everybody. Yeah, please memorize this one. Breathing out, I know that anger is me. And I know that mindfulness is me also. Breathing in, I know that anger is an unpleasant feeling. So it's related to the unpleasant feelings. Breathing out, I know that this feeling has been born and will die. Don't worry, everything has its time. It will come, stay a little bit, and then it will go. But usually we will just stop the anger to go. Anger, please stay with me. I need you. Right? That is not a right diligence. The right diligence is we have to open our hand, open our heart and mind to let the anger go. Yeah. Breathing in, I know that I can take care of this feeling. Breathing out, I calm this feeling. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah. And then in Plant Village, we have very good practices when you notice that you know that the anger is arising, manifest in you. We don't talk. Yeah, so we practice noble silence. So the practice of noble silence is very important. Yeah. So every time I can, most of the time, I can really aware if the anger is already arises. It just causes a little bit a problem there, but I can recognize it very quickly, and then I immediately practice noble silence. Yeah. If not, if I say something, then it will be very severe. It means like very violent, because the anger stimulate the violent speech. It's become opposite what we want to practice, what we call it a loving speech. So rather than say something very hurtful, I will choose to remain silent. And then during that time, I will take a very long in-breath and long out-breath to really recognize, accept the feeling, anger, and then embrace it with my in-breath and out-breath. And it works many times, every time. So I will not let my anger cause a lot of problem in my mind consciousness. Yeah, because when it manifests, it will be in my mind consciousness. So it's worth it to kind of memorize these few sentences to help you. So every time you feel it, the anger is manifesting in you, please use this one. We have to teach the younger children also to do that. Not children, maybe teenagers. In Plum Village, we also teach the children how to breathe with the belly breathing, chest breathing, fingers breathing, and everything, just to help the children to breathe. Because sometimes when they don't know what to do, they will have the breathing, the belly breathing to guide them. So if you take your children to Plum Village, for example, we have a holiday retreat from 25th of December to the 1st January. We have a holiday retreat. It's also a family retreat. You can bring your children to go to enjoy the practice. There's I'll send to you later, and then go to watch. There's a very good talks of our teacher on the roots of anger. Yeah, it's available on the YouTube. I will send you this file, and then you can go to watch. I also need Thay to support me. He has gave a talk already. Yeah, go ahead, and later you can watch this talk. And I made it too. Huh? Oh, this is the same thing. And of course, I want to promote a book called Anger. But I have to disclose or disclaimer that I don't receive any percentage from promoting this book. But this is really a good book. And long time ago I read this book, and this book is really give a strong imprint in my head, because I also have a lot of problem with anger. Yeah. So every time when I feel the anger manifesting in me, I always remember a lot of good advice from this book. And then it really helped me to reduce my energy, the seed of anger, into a very small size. Of course, from time to time I still feel angry, Don't think that I'm a saint, No. Yeah. But if every time I feel the anger in me, I always, if you look at me and then I don't speak any word, it means I'm angry. Yeah. But this is a good choice, good practice. Yeah. Or if you see your husband, the face is very dark, and or you can put a label here, I'm angry. So the wife or the husband can, you're angry. I give you space to enjoy your anger. And then you can say, please talk to me after 10 minutes, And that 10 minutes to breathe and to relax. Yeah. So if you like, you can read this book. Okay, the next one, the exercise 15, love meditation. When anger is not present in him, he is aware anger is not present in me. When already arisen anger is abandoned, he is aware of it. When anger already abandoned will not arise again in the future, he is aware of it. When his mind is not attached, he is aware, my mind is not attached. When his mind is not hating, he is aware, my mind is not hating. The not hating is the metta, the love. Yeah. And then the metta also can really help you to transform your anger. You lack of loving kindness. So we have to practice this metta meditation regularly. Please, the Sangha house, if you host regular practice in the Sangha house, from time to time you have to bring this metta, come out to lead, to give offer a guided sitting related to loving kindness or metta. For example, this one, example number 1, may I be peaceful and light in my body and in my mind. May I first. Start with yourself first. May I be safe and free from accidents. May I be free from anger. Okay, thank you very much. So it's water your seed. Yeah, you see? Unwholesome states of mind, fear and worries. May I know how to look at myself with the eyes of understanding and compassion. So you kind of imagine you have two of you. You make yourself a twin to look at you. But they are one. May I be able to recognize and touch the seed of joy and happiness in myself. This is the feeling. The 5th and the 6th in the Anapanasati. May I learn how to nourish myself with joy each day. This can be done when you wake up in the morning, you read the Gatha. May I be able to live fresh, solid and free. May I not fall into the state of indifference or be caught in what? In the extremes of attachment or aversions. This is the continuation. Somehow I put an enter. And then we can say, may you, after I and then you, okay? You can replace the you. May my husband, may my wife, may my father, may my mother. You can replace a lot. But please start with yourself first. Because you start with yourself is giving you vitamins, a mineral, strengthening yourself first. Yeah, as a solid foundation. May you be peaceful and light in your body and in your mind. So remember, may you can replace with the name. May that person, my father, my mother, everything. May you be safe and free from accidents. May you be free from anger, unwholesome state of mind, fear and worries. May you know how to look at yourself with the eyes, correct? With the eyes of understanding and compassion. May you be able to recognize, to touch and sit of joy and happiness in yourself. May you learn how to nourish yourself with joy each day. May you be able to live fresh, solid and free. May you not fall into the state of indifference or caught in the extreme of attachment or aversions. Why I put this one? Sorry, this one I don't know what it means. And I may help just as good as I can. Okay, that one I don't know. I'm sorry. Just ignore it for now. And then you also can replace, because you want to extend your love, your metta to wider scope. So you can say, may all beings, may rocks, may trees, may Mother Earth, may the river, may the mountain, may the birds, and may everything, may animals, may my dog, may my cat. May all beings be peaceful and light in their body and their mind. Okay? May all beings be safe and free from accidents. May all beings be free from anger, unwholesome states of mind, fear and worries. May all beings know how to look at themselves with the eyes of understanding and compassion. May all beings be able to recognize and touch the seed of joy and happiness in themselves. May all beings learn how to nourish themselves with joy each day. May all beings be able to live fresh, solid and free. May all beings not fall into the state of indifference or be caught in the extremes of attachment and aversions. Okay, this is, you can practice. If you don't remember, you can print out, and then during your sitting, you can, if you don't remember, you open your eyes, you read, and then you breathe in and out, and then after few breathing, you can open your eyes again, you read. Or if you want to be easier, you can ask somebody who has a good voice to record it, and then have an MP3, you just press the button. But you need a space in between, like 1 minute or 2 minutes, because we want to let the word sink down into our heart. So maybe when I say, may all beings be peaceful and light in their body and in their mind. Then you can invite a bell. Bong. You breathe in and out for a few times, So to really let the word sink down and water the seed of a peaceful, light, relax in your body and your mind. So not just a noisy words, but we want to receive the meaning behind that. So you give a chance of people a space to contemplate. Okay, this is the presentation of today for the feelings and mind. So is quite helpful. At a few weeks ago, we already discussed about the Mindful Breathing Sutra, and then this is the expansion of the mindful breathing, and then it's kind of like help us to see the practice in the wider sense. Okay, thank you very much. Let's enjoy 3 sounds of the bell. You can recite, listen, listen, this wonderful sound brings me back to my true home 3 times. Any question from? Oh yeah, please. Can you help to pass this?
Okay, thank you for all your teachings. I really appreciate them. So I actually have a couple of questions. So the first question, and they are both around the anger. So the first question is because in the presentation just now for the anger meditation, there was a line that said, "Anger is me," and then after that, I'm aware that mindfulness is also me. I am quite confused by that statement because I thought that the practice is not to identify ourselves with the anger, to say that it is present but it does not define me. Then my second question is also that I think just now during the guided sit, I think I feel a little bit pressured to think of anger as, something that is unwholesome that needs to be kind of so-called gotten rid of lah. But I also know that in my own experience, right, I have experienced that I see anger as it is served to what I try to look into why, to understand why I feel angry, and then a lot of time actually the anger is to tell me that something that happened that is not right, that is harmful to me. Because for me is that I had to walk away from a very toxic friendship, and then it was after walking away that I felt a lot of anger, and this was really to tell me that I had put up with this bad treatment and bad situation for too long, and that's why I felt that the anger was the important information to tell me that, and it was something that I had to feel and had to go through in order to kind of later reach a state of more peace. Yeah, so I don't know, I like to clarify about the looking is like, instead of judging the anger, is more skillful for us to look at it in a to understand why we're feeling angry. And I feel it's not sometimes it's not as simplistic as it's just like our pride or ignorance, but it's because to give us important information of the harm have been caused. So thank you.
Can you summarize the question?
Okay, so the first one is about anger. Can you explain the statement, anger is me? And then the second one is also to clarify, like maybe the attitude that we can have towards anger, especially when we find that anger is a result of having to put up. Is a result of telling us that something that had been done that's not acceptable and not harmful to us.
Is it a question about how anger can be positive, can be helpful to us for self-awareness? Is that what you mean?
Can you rephrase in a very simple?
Is it more that how anger can help us to realize self-awareness?
Yeah, maybe you can share a bit about how or maybe what attitude can we have towards anger? What's a good attitude that we can have towards anger when it is a response to being hurt, instead of trying to push it away or judge it as a bad thing? Does it make sense?
Being hurt, push it away. But there's quite a lot of unclear thing. For example, response of being hurt, it is because our conclusion we are being hurt, right? So this part a little bit debatable, because there's unclear things. Or maybe let's go like this. Because if you put too many variables, and then it's difficult. question inside the question is a little bit difficult to explain. First, if you say the anger is me, actually it also can be like that. And then anger is not me also can be like that. Both are okay. Why? Because we want to acknowledge that actually the anger is me. Okay, I say is this body, correct? Partially correct. Because we have to say, oh, this is my body. But the other side say, oh, the body is not me. Is also correct. Because why? Because I compose of 4 elements. I have perception, I have a mental formation inside. So if I split them, it's not me anymore. So when we try to say something, then we want to make it at the right position. For example, in the historical dimension, we call it this is my body, correct. But in the ultimate dimension means like, do I really own this body? Is this really a body? If I take out all the fire elements, maybe I cannot call this a body anymore. Maybe it's become corpse. So in that sense, it's still relevant. We say anger is me. It means to recognize that the anger is appear inside of me. Yeah. So we know that in which level we are dealing with this anger. It means like we don't want to blame others that cause me angry. Because the first reaction of habit is to say, you are wrong, I am right. That moment. It means like I have the seed of anger in me. That is why people say something, it touch the seed of anger in me, then it manifests. Okay? So to acknowledge anger in me is also correct. Yeah. You cannot throw away your body before you say that I have a body. Because there are many guidance. Thay also say, breathing in, I have a body. I don't want to argue with Thay. Say, Thay, you say we don't have body. It means like in the very historical dimension, we agree that this is my body. Yeah. Okay. And then the attitudes toward anger is always, our teachers always advise us to treat it with he gave a very good example of a mother with the compassion try to embrace the baby. Yeah, we don't want to hit the baby, we don't want to yell at the baby. So this is the attitude. Even though maybe inside of us we make a conclusion that why this baby is so annoying. You say that the baby hurt you, right? It also means that you allow yourself to be hurt by the baby. But is really the baby hurt you? The baby doesn't have this hatred mind to hurt the mother. But it's just the inability of the baby to tell the mother what happened to that baby. Maybe because of pee-pee, or maybe because of hunger. And then when the baby hungry, the baby don't know how to tell the mother. The only thing that can manifest in the baby at that time mostly is crying. So from that crying, the mother want to know, first acknowledge that the baby is crying. Even the first step is sometimes with many people is quite challenging to accept that the baby is crying. Because you have a wish that as a baby you don't cry. you secretly install in your mind like that, and then whatever in your mind like that, and then the reality is different, and then it crash. Yeah. Or people sometimes say it's an expectation. Of course, there's nothing wrong with the expectation. You dare to take the expectation? Dare you to letting go your expectation? This is maybe another question. So the attitude is give rise to mindfulness, and then the Plum Village way of give rise to mindfulness is through breathing, and then don't wait until you are in the difficult situation, then you remember to give rise to mindfulness. You have to give rise to mindfulness before that difficult moment arrive to you. And so we practice mindful breathing as frequent as we can. So we have extra mindfulness energy. So when we are in a difficult situation, we can call this energy to help us. And then we take an in-breath, long one, and out-breath, long one. Suddenly we can feel like there's a strong energy of mindfulness. So maybe we have a wish to yell at the baby, but somehow it's turned, it's transformed at the time, and then you pick up the baby, you sing a song, pour this baby. Because sometimes maybe somebody angry at you, or somebody, nowadays quite a lot of people, they are randomly scolding people. Maybe they have a lot of suffering inside, and you are just a final reason for that person to scold you. It's like, I didn't do anything wrong, why you scold me? Yeah. But if we're mindful enough and then we stop, we breathe, this person might have a lot of suffering that overflow, that person not able to take care. So, and also in the way that I look at it as I kind of protect myself with the mindful breathing, so I don't allow the anger to reply. Because when the person yell at me, the first thing of my habit is to yell that person back. You dare to slap me, I will punch you back. Like that, right? This is our habit. But when I take a long in-breath and out-breath, that mind maybe just happen in one sana, and then it immediately disappear, and then is replaced by the compassion. Many times happen like that. Yeah. And then I feel so sorry if I punch this guy. Our police will come to catch me. Or this monk punch a guy, and then I get involved in this fight. Yeah. So really helpful, this mindfulness. Yeah. Okay, please read the book. I hope this maybe can give you more understanding about. But that book is really the manual book of how to deal with anger. Yeah.
Hello. Thank you for your Dharma talk today. I think my question is related to identifying anger, because I think for me, I tend to feel other things first before I feel anger. Like I might feel like fear or rejection or like other kinds of emotions first, and then I think my first reaction usually when someone is angry at me is like, oh, I must have done something wrong, not necessarily, oh, you're angry at me, therefore, like you're like wrong. But then maybe later, like a week later, I'm like, wait, is that actually the right way that I should feel about this? And so I almost feel like I wish my anger would come a little faster so I could just like feel it and like protect myself more, because I think I tend to not protect myself enough, actually. Yeah.
So that was not a question. Thank you for sharing.
No, okay.
Not a question, right?
It is a question, is it not? Really? Okay.
Can you ask the question in one sentence?
Okay, I'll try. How to more balance. Okay. Actually, I don't know how to word it.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I'll just leave it at
Okay. I think when we can recognize when you have enough awareness and mindfulness, the moment you want to get angry, you can feel it immediately, and then we don't give that chance, the anger a chance to manifest. But of course, let me clarify that we are not suppressing the anger. Okay, this is the first thing. And then the second thing is, of course, there are people try to give advice to venting the anger. Like, okay, you take a pillow, you imagine the person that you hate and you punch the pillow. Yeah. They say they will relieve the anger. I think it's partially correct, but at the same time, that person is exercising his anger. And then after it's finished, when the anger returns to the seed, it makes the seed of anger become bigger. So you are creating a bigger chance of anger to manifest next time. Yeah. So according to the Buddhist psychology, it's like this. So for sure, we will not support the idea of a punching bag or I don't know, pillow or everything. That one we don't support that one. Yeah. And then anger is a very hot and very regular energy that manifests in us. So actually that energy is very useful, yeah. Is strong. If you can transform, it's become a new strong of energy for you. So the anger will become very destructive if we just leave it like that, unattended. But if you mix the energy of anger with the mindfulness, according to the Buddhist tradition, and then with the energy of breathing, the anger will transform. And then it will become a very strong energy or compassion, like actually I want to scold that person, but at the end it's transformed into a compassion. And then the compassion is very strong. Yeah. But of course we have to do it again and again. Like just now we have the guided sitting is water, the awareness that suffering, the anger can be transformed actually. It's an energy that can be transformed. So difficult to say balance, but every time the anger appears, we just keep doing the same thing again and again. It means like we receive an extra nourishment from the anger. But of course you are not deliberately making yourself anger, you know. You don't need to invite more angers, but it will appear within you from time to time. Okay, huh? Go to read that book. It's called Anger. And in Chinese we have that book called 你可以不生气. Even I remember the title in the Chinese. 你可以不生气. Wow, that's like a direct punch to my forehead. I read the book and the cover of the book is also red color. Wow, very nice one. Okay, huh? Good luck. One more?
In the chat.
Chat now, okay. Su Huai, okay. Was the question by Sister Jay how to better identify anger or better identifying the situations which we should be angry since something serves the function of protecting us? Actually, anger is just a manifestation of your lack of capacity to handle the situation, because you only think that using anger you can solve the problem. So actually you show your weakness. The most weakness of people is you try to use a very strong voice and using your anger to push down people. You think you will win by using that power, strong voice and anger. Actually people who are angry most of the time is a very weak people. Weak in the sense that they don't have the capacity to manage the anger. They don't have that capacity. That's why he say weak. If you are stronger mentally, you will not get angry very easily. But of course, this power need to be cultivated regularly. So we don't advise you to, like just now I shared the venting, or you're going to a forest and then you yell at the forest. You disturb the birds and everything, you know. Yeah. So, better way to identify anger, you need amount of energy of mindfulness in the stock. You need the stock. What do you call it? Store. You need to store the energy of mindfulness somewhere there. So it will serve as a power to help you to recognize the anger. Not only anger, the frustration, the stress. So this stock of energy of mindfulness, you give rise from the morning, you're walking, you're breathing, you brush your teeth, you go to shower, you clean your bathroom. With the mindfulness, it means you are storing the energy of mindfulness in you that ready to use. And then that energy can help you to better identify the anger. Not only anger, the frustration, the jealousy, all kind of emotion can be identified easily. But most of the time we lack of mindfulness, you know. That is why you say, how come I am not able to identify my anger? And then I always let the anger burst into me and creating a lot of problems. Yeah. So collect the energy and store it, and you can use it the whole day. Breathing in, breathing out. You know, we have 20 minutes of guided sitting. We store up quite a lot of energy of mindfulness. Yeah. But of course, you use it a little bit by little bit, and then you reduce, and then you have to, from time to time. That's why our practice, every 15 minutes we stop, listen to the clock chimes, and give rise to another mindfulness. Yeah, in Plum, you've been to Plum Village, you know why we stop, listen to the bell, listen to the clock chime, because we need to give rise, store the mindfulness, energy of mindfulness frequently. Okay, huh? I hope I answer your questions. And once again, thank you very much for your very good question, Sister Su Huai. Yeah, thank you very much. So I think this is it for tonight, and see you on Thursday for our last class. Make sure you are come to the last class, okay? Okay, see you, huh? Let's end our class with 3 sounds of the bell.